Howdy, howdy, howdy. Let's get this party started. Whew. Tough hill to climb, but at least we got the hiking gear. Alrighty. Set everything up. Do not disturb. Alrighty, I was gonna say everybody doing, but everyone, because there is one of you. Oh, apparently I have two now. How are those present doing today? I switched the beard up because it didn't work one way, it didn't work the other. So thought I'd change things up a little bit. Go like a kind of a mutton chop pattern. I mean, I don't know how you can really have good feelings right now about this game. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Well, being scared isn't a negative thing. It's just it's kind of a neutral, it's like a chaotic neutral kind of feeling. How about instead of saying scared, say anxious. Anxiety is a good neutral feeling for this. I think if this does end tonight, I'd say he does have a good chance of getting the can. If it goes 7, I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, definitely. All it takes is one to start it off. No Valerian Nichushkin tonight. He is out. All of our other usuals are in, though. Blackwood will be in net tonight. We have no Nichushkin, so Kiwi Vranta will take his place. Of the Seattle series. That's a whole mess of its own. That series made so that was my first year in an apartment when I was in college, and I had 3 brand new roommates, and one of those roommates was a Seattle Kraken fan because they're a brand new team, and brand new teams need new fans, and he had just started watching hockey whenever they came when they announced the team, and we made a deal since Dallas was the second round that whichever team won that series, the other person would buy the tickets to go to the game in Dallas for game. I think it was game 2 that we went to, but yeah, I held up my end of the deal. We went and I drove, so we went all the way to Dallas, and I went to watch the Seattle Kraken play Dallas, and I was there in an Avalanche jersey, and a lot of people were very upset that I was there. It was still getting into the Dallas Stars' heads that I was there whenever we had already been eliminated. But the only reason I wore an Avs jersey was because I didn't have any Seattle gear to wear, so I did have an Avalanche Andre Burakovsky jersey, so that is what I went in. Ugh, I miss having a guy like Andre Burakovsky. He's just like a good second line sniper. I believe if Marty Necas does not get 2 goals this game, it will have been a fail of, like, regardless if we win or lose. If Marty Necas does not get 2 goals this game, it will have been a fail of a postseason for him. He may have his 9 to 10 assists or whatever, but he needs to start scoring. He scored way too much in the regular season to not do it here. Yeah, I'd say if it ends tonight, I'd say it's 50-50. But considering the fact that we've been to the playoffs like every year, other than the very first year he was here, Yeah, well, whenever you are under the big bright lights of the media, and they're supposed to be kind of a neutral party, what gets clicks is being be actually what gets media attention, surprisingly enough, rather than being neutral, it actually gets you more media attention to have a side. So they were all Avalanche, go Avalanche at the beginning of uh the series, and now the Avs are losing, they're dogging on them because dogging on the team that's down is what gets you views because you're going to get all the support from the Vegas fans, you're going to get all the clapback from the Avalanche, which is exactly the reverse of what they got at the beginning of the series. So it's just good marketing, honestly. That's why I don't love listening to like main television like broadcasts and such. I like listening to hometown podcasts or people who are genuinely neutral. If you're ever gonna watch hockey content, other than of course any of the Digest media channels, please check all of us out. A lot of hardworking people. But on top of that, there is a guy that I follow. I know a lot of people follow him. He's pretty popular in the hockey community. His YouTube channel is The Hockey Guy. And everything he does is like purely analytical. And he does have favorite teams, but I just like the way he breaks things down. He's got a really smooth talking voice, so but he does weekly power rankings, he does panic level ratings, he goes trade recommendations for every team in the league, and he does this daily. He puts out good content, and that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. The kind of content I like to put out as well. 32 thoughts. I'll have to check that one out. I'll book that mark. I'll bookmark that on my phone. My dog just passed puppy obedience training. I'll uh I'll bring my dogs in the intermission and let y'all check them out. Bring in the good vibes in the form of canine energy. Oh, is that Elliot Friedman? I really love what he does. He's such a great hockey guy. He does some good reporting. He's got good sources too, so you can trust almost every word out of that guy's mouth. I mean, it's not that we're taking out Wedgwood because he's been bad. It's that we took him out because he hasn't been stellar. It's what's it called? So there's a lot of argument in like other leagues that there's players that'll just coast by and do what's average, and then there's players that go above and beyond. And Scott Wedgwood hasn't gone above and beyond since the first series of the entire playoffs. His performances have been kind of meh. I mean, like I barely even remember the last time that he got more than like 25 saves in a single game. Breed of my dogs, I have a corgi and a mini Australian Shepherd. They're my parents' dogs. They're not mine, but as long as I'm hanging around, they're my dogs too. Alrighty, we're about to get started. We've got a couple minutes left before puck drop. Puck drop is at 8:15 Eastern, or well, Central actually. It's 8 o'clock here, so 9:15 Eastern. I don't understand why we actually push back the start time of the games today. It didn't make any sense to me. There must have been some sort of like major event going on in some sort of broadcasting community or like a big. Oh, maybe it had to do with one of the basketball games. Is there a basketball game going on? Oh, Spurs Thunder. That might have been it. Oh, so the players are skating out now. Vegas is going to have all the hype from their fans. I have way too many passengers this series. Yeah, honestly, the only way we win this series is if everyone who's a passenger all of a sudden becomes a leader. Like Logan O'Connor, he's well, honestly, the only guys that I've consistently like respected their effort have been the third and fourth line guys. The first and second line guys have been pretty rough. Don't worry, JC. I can back you up on that one. Got a new Weber grill. W. My dad got a Blackstone, but he's out of town right now, so I'm not gonna dare mess with his precious things. All right, Cale Makar, Lehkonen, Tays, Landeskog, and MacKinnon on the ice to start. MacKinnon is expected to play at full capacity today. I don't know if he's going to be taking long shifts or short shifts or not, and you know he's going to be in there for those man advantage situations. But he's been expected to be at full capacity today, so we'll see how that goes. Just waiting for the national anthem to wrap up here. The guy singing sounds like an opera singer. I've got major respect for people who do opera. They've got vocal capacity like crazy. Another little interest of mine is like musicals, theater, and stuff like that. I'm your eyes. All right, I'll try my best to keep you updated. Yeah, I'm trying every which way of things to do. I figured we'll go burgundy down the middle with blue on the outside. Just kind of like how the jerseys are. They're blue on the sides and burgundy in the center. It's the vibe I'm feeling. Alrighty, national anthem is over. We're about to get underway here. Whoo! Big game 4, backs against the wall. Let's see what a desperate Colorado Avalanche looks like. A desperate team should yield better results, or at least try to look a little better. Wedgwood only has 2 starts. One of them ended in a decision that actually was awarded to Wedgwood since he came in relief and got the win. But 1-0 with an .872 with a 3.2 goals against average. Not great looking, but you know, there's always a chance that he can get hot. There's always a chance any goalie can get hot. So we'll see how this goes. That's what I'm hoping. We can go back home with a feeling of like confidence. If we can win this one, make it 3-1. 3-1 in game 5 feels a lot better than 3-0 game 4. Anything feels better as long as we don't have a donut in our win category. Here comes the face-off, MacKinnon versus Eichel. MacKinnon wins it. Avs are going to get the puck at center ice. Tays sends it forward, chipped in by Artturi Lehkonen around the boards. McNabb will sweep it out. Tried to chip it up the boards was Barbashev. He does get it all the way down. That is going to be an icing. So we are officially underway. Kiviranta is moved on that 4th line. Logan O'Connor will be on that 3rd line now. So we'll see how these line pairings work up with Nichushkin out. I kind of personally was hoping, like, if we had an injured guy, that we might see Gavin Brindley. Because Gavin Brindley, even though he's kind of a smaller guy, I like his speed and his tenacity. Puck is being batted around neutral zone. MacKinnon looks a little bit better than he did last time. Puck is sent down deep in the Avalanche zone, up against the boards, collected by Cale Makar. He will try to pass it forward, but it's turned over. Carlson kept it in, deflected in the air. Sent to center ice. Avs collect and get it out the zone. Here's Brock Nelson. He had 3 Vegas players with him. Puck gets poked out and into the edge of Vegas zone. Turnover behind the net. Brock Nelson to the slot. Kadri's shot goes wide. It was deflected, but that was the best opportunity to start the game the Avs have had in a while. One-timer from the point from Malinsky doesn't go anywhere, and the puck comes out of the zone. So, big turnover right there. So there was opportunity there. Nelson tried to set up Kadri in the slot and just kind of pitchforked it. Brindley? Something like that. Yeah, honestly, a lot of people have like no confidence in us. And I was like, where's the people that had confidence that we were going to sweep? I mean, keep that same energy and we've got a chance. Here's a Brent Burns around the boards. He's holding the puck, skating around the zone. Up top to Manson. Manson down low. Waugh tries to go to the slot. O'Connor was down. A shot from Manson is poked. Good play while down. Picked up Nick Waugh in the atop the circle. I don't even know what's happening right now. A lot of confusion. Ross Colton goes around the boards, but it looks like Brent Burns and Manson both went for a change. So the puck came out. Here's Makar with it. Makar has 4 Vegas players on him, not able to continue to control the puck. Vegas will reset from their own zone. Here comes Hurdle. Hurdle to Stone. Stone stops at the blue line. Chips it out. McNabb takes a shot. Deflected wide. I think Blackwood got a piece of it. Now, here's Drury and Kelly pushing on the players that were trying to swat at Blackwood, but Blackwood able to cover up. $17:40 on the clock. So it was actually a great play by Vegas. Tried to get the man at the doorstep, but just the puck went a little bit wide. Dowd got lost a little bit down low. I can't tell exactly whose man that's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be Cale Makar's guy, actually. But works out in our favor. Face off in the Avalanche zone. Think Burns comes back next year? I don't know. Well, he's sat out a bunch of practices, so I wonder if he has a lingering injury, and that might be the end of it for him since he is like 41. But if he tries to go again, I'd think he'd try to go after Phil Kessel's record for consecutive games played. Because I think if he plays like the first 75 games of next season, he'll get it. Yeah, I would love to have a game. Honestly, I would love to have a game, and there's no reason we can't. That's similar to how Carolina and Montreal went the last 2 games. Montreal had what? I think 12 shots on goal in the last game that they played, and they didn't register a shot on goal in the last 25 minutes of the game going into overtime. There's no reason the Avs can't do that same thing. Minnesota was held to a lot of short shot totals in their series as well. I do not think the playoff games count towards the streak. I think it's just regular season. Puck is sent around the boards by Vegas. Pinned up against the wall is Brett Kulak and Smith. Dowd and Drury are also there. A lot of Avs players huddled up in that corner. Puck comes out. Kiviranta gets it out. Malinsky with it. Tries to get it forward to Parker Kelly just a little bit behind him. Vegas will play catch in the back of their zone and send it up the ice. Backhand it into the zone from center ice is Dowd. The Avs will collect and send it the other way. Malinsky passes it. Tried to pass it up the boards. Didn't realize that Drury was changing off the ice. Vegas will send it all the way into the far corner. Slapped around the boards by Makar. No one there to pick up behind him. Puck is behind the net. Dorofeev with it. Dorofeev passes to the slot. Good stick from Landeskog. Landeskog gets out to the point. One-timer goes wide. Puck deflected into center ice. Landeskog able to collect it. Deflected into the zone. Landeskog trailing and able to get it across. Poked across to Cale Makar. Takes a slap shot on net. Gloved by Carter Hart. My call is 5 seconds ahead of the ESPN broadcast. That means my internet's running pretty well. It means my stream's pretty caught up. If I'm 5 seconds ahead, feel free to rewind the stream like 5 seconds and stay 5 seconds behind. Or you can pause your stream a little bit. Vegas wins the faceoff in the defensive zone. Anderson comes out with the puck to the middle to Carlson. Carlson will skate it in, take a shot that is deflected by an Avs player, goes high. Vegas player drops down. Puck was kept at center ice, stolen by Kadri. Kadri up against the boards with 2 Vegas players. MacKinnon and Necas there to help. MacKinnon gets it to the point to Taze. Taze to Makar. Makar going down the slot. Tries to go into the middle of the ice. Just a wrong-sided stick for Kadri there. Kadri was not backhanded there. He would have probably had a one-timer opportunity on net. but pass went behind. Sent forward to Makar. It's onside. They're calling it onside. Puck is backhanded into the corner. Makar tries to keep it, but Vegas will collect. I think Makar is close to needing to get off the ice. He's been on there for a while. There's a breakaway for Vegas. Makes a stop, and there's Mark Stone with the goal. Mark Stone got a breakaway. Puck was flipped out of the zone. I don't know where the Avs players were. He just had a good few steps on everybody. Mark Stone really been the difference since he's been back. Nothing Blackwood could have done about that. He catches the puck on the flick out of the zone. Just Kadri and Makar are not able to keep up with him. He was just sitting behind everybody. He must have gotten on for a late change or something of that nature. Puck almost didn't go in. It went off the post and in, but we unfortunately have a 0-1 deficit, 15-15 on the clock. No, I can't show the game for copyright reasons, so this is just a commentary stream. Shot from the point goes wide. You know, making a change at goalie, you'd hope that your goalie is ready for that breakaway right away. Not able to make a move there. Stick lift at the side of the wall, makes a good play, gets the puck out. Nick Waugh will chip it in. Vegas player loses an edge. Puck is turned over. Avs have it in the offensive zone up against the boards. Drury gets it out to Malinsky. Malinsky along the boards. Trying to get it to Waugh. Down low, Parker Kelly hit against the wall. Another wall battle. Lots of wall battles already going on. Parker Kelly trying to get it to the point. Able to keep it in was Drury, but straight into the stick of a Vegas player. And Vegas will chip it into the Avalanche zone. Malinsky to collect behind the net. I don't know what happened with the Mark Stone goal. Mark Stone was just... There was not a single Avs player behind the red line, and I know Cale Makar got in deep trying to push for offense there, and there was no other defenseman that was anywhere near the backside of the line. I don't know who else was supposed to be back there. I mean, Kadri was the closest guy to him, and that's a forward. I don't know who the other defenseman on the ice was supposed to be. I guess I can check the box score and see who got a neg or a minus on that one to see who it was. If it's Devon Toews, I'm going to lose it. Vegas has very much controlled the pace of this game so far. Avs have had a few chances, but they haven't really gotten anything on net. Avs have one shot to Vegas's two. Landeskog sends it in deep. Puck is chipped up the boards by Vegas. Toews to collect. Necas gets it back in the Avs zone. Passes it forward to Toews. Toews has a few guys streaking out in front of him. Off the skates of Kadri. Kadri will slap it around the boards. Picked up by Necas. Necas drops it to Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson looked like he got shouldered square in the numbers. Knocked him down. Puck came out of the zone. Avs are trying to push it forward again. Kadri is onside. Had Nelson gets poke checked. Avs real predictable with their stick handling here. Brock Nelson played it with a high stick, so we are going to get a whistle. We do need to get some hits to get some momentum. The physicality has not been there this series, which is what won us the series against Minnesota. All right, let's see how much time is left. 12:30 on the clock. Not a good start with the season on the line. Can't be having those mental breaks right there. Let's see, who was the other defenseman that was on the ice for Colorado that missed it? Yeah, it was listed as Devon Toews. Toews was just playing really far up there as well. Which is sort of hockey 101. Whenever one of your defensemen gets low, and Makar was behind the goal, essentially. Toews needs to be back. He needs to be prepared for an exchange the other way, and Toews just was not ready for it. I don't know if he fell down, but just not in position there. Oh, the amount of breakaways that there has been for Vegas in this series has been very unsettling. Yeah, we do need to keep the fire lit under us. It's kind of it's there needs to be energy in that on that bench. There needs to be some pissed off guys ready to die on this ice tonight. So here's where the mistake was. Devon Tays goes to the point to where Makar was. And so we have two defensemen on the same side. That's gonna leave the far side wide open. You just you can't have no defenseman on either or on just no defenseman anywhere. I mean, here is O'Connor to Burns. Burns pokes it out of the zone. Vegas tried to cross the line, but Howden lost it. Flipped forward by Logan O'Connor. Ross Colton gets there to the ice. He kind of let up. I think he thought there was an icing call there. He let up on that puck. Howden kind of fell over at the blue line. Puck deflected in by Logan O'Connor. Pinned up against the board is Hannafin. Coughlin will get it out. Hannafin along the boards chips it forward. Brent Burns will pick it up back in the Av zone. Yeah, and another puck that's trying to be stretched out down the ice, and it's stopped by a Vegas player, deflected low. And just a miscue again and again and again. Puck was deflected back into the Av zone, almost had another breakaway for Vegas. Malinsky will pass it up the ice, finds MacKinnon along the boards. He is going to be called offsides. Yeah, I know. I know fighting in playoff hockey is like not even a thing hardly anymore because losing the player is so bad for the team. Manson needs to go drop gloves. I think fighting is such a big thing for a team. Even in the playoffs, it's like I will fight this guy because they wronged you. Face off in the Avalanche zone. Avs have not had even a single shot attempt in the last 5 minutes. They are yet again passing up on shots to go for another pass, and they're not even getting it off. So they haven't even had a shot blocked or deflected, or they haven't missed a shot. They've just missed everything. And another offsides for the Avalanche right there. Shots on goal are only 2-1 for Vegas with 11:06 on the clock. If that's what their goal is by playing bad in this series, then all of them should be shipped out because purposely losing to get rid of a guy is the worst thing you can do. Puck is sent into the zone by the Avs. Fourth line on the ice right now. Kiviranta along the boards. Vegas tried to deflect the puck in, not able to get it out. Now they're able to collect. Anderson will get it up along the boards. Chipped in by Vegas. It should be icing, and it is. Vegas looked a little upset by that icing call. Only one shot on goal, and we're almost halfway through the first period. Avs need to get it going. No more lollygagging. We had 28 shots on goal through 2 periods in the last game, and then we finished with 38 total. Avs need to get shots on the net. Carter Hart's going to save 93% of the shots that are on net. Might as well make him face 50 of them so you can get a handful of them in the net. Avs win the faceoff in the offensive zone. Landeskog shot from the high slot, backhanded around the boards now because that went wide. Avs finally got a shot attempt. Burns along the boards. Lehkonen gets it to MacKinnon behind the net. MacKinnon tried to get it back to Lehkonen. Kind of a similar play to how they got one of their goals against LA. Not able to get it to work there. Big collision along the boards there. I believe that was Manson. Another 2-on-1, or it was a 1-on-2 opportunity for Vegas going along the sides. It was poke checked away. Burns and Manson will play catch at the back of the zone. Burns will send it forward to Necas. Necas skates into the zone. He's going around the outside. Necas drops it off for Makar. Makar will get it all the way out to Kadri. Kadri backhands it into the slot, goes off Nelson's stick, and comes out. Good move by Vegas there. Goes for the wraparound chance. Finds Dorofeev in the slot. Had a chance, but the puck rolled on him. Poke check by Makar. Gets the puck away from Barbashev. Not able to get it completely out. Makar is chasing, trying to get off the ice. I think he's finally able to change. Oh, no, he's still on the ice. Kadri just reverse hit. Kind of had his head whipped back. Shot from the low slot by the circle. Not able to get there. Puck is still below the zone. Taze gives a little bump to Eichel. Puck comes free. Here's Kadri along the boards, and Dorofeev still has it. Kadri's looking a little pissed. Going for a few hits. Puck was trying to be centered there. And then Vegas just has so much more energy than Colorado. They're skating with a lot more ferociousness and not able to get anything. Here's Marner with it. Marner from the top of the blue line. Goes from the corner, misses it. Able to poke it out is the Avs. Avs are finally able to get a change. That was 40 seconds continuous time in the Avs zone. Puck was deflected. Tried to send it out for an opportunity the other way. Not able to get there. Hanifin with the puck at center ice. He skates in, takes a shot on goal, saved by Blackwood. Sorry. I'm so used to it. And another turnover. Here's Howden. Good stick poke from Blackwood. Defense in front of the goalies has got to be better than that. The Avs are just throwing the puck around or trying to just get it into areas, and it's not working. They need to make meaningful passes. It's been bad. Parker Kelly to Logan O'Connor. Logan O'Connor gets it out to the side. Parker Kelly takes a shot through a screen. Not a bad idea. Saved by Carter Hart, and the puck is out of play. Face-off will be in the Vegas zone. Well, shots on goal are 3-3 or 4-3 or something like that. Pretty close. Gonna go to commercial break yet again. Let's fix the clock. 8:07 on the clock. Not a good start for the team that has literally a game left in their season, possibly. Yeah, well, when it's a 5-on-5 goal against, that's going to be -5. Or are you saying is we're -5 throughout the whole series? Because it's -5 in the game. That makes sense. There is no physical presence for the Avs out there tonight. Avs are trying to get hit, but it looks like they're getting a little bullied out there. Fun fact, the Avs have registered 2 hits. Those are from Ross Colton and Parker Kelly. Yeah, so -5 is just what it's going to be when you give up a goal 5-on-5. -5 out of 10 is also the rating I would give for the first 10 minutes of this game. I still never even found out exactly what is keeping Nichushkin out. I didn't see what his injury was. Yeah, MacKinnon not being on the score sheet this series is really hurting. The end of the season when the injuries come out, I know we're going to see some shocking things from some of these players. Nate just has to be haunted with the fact that he's not shooting the puck. Avs win the faceoff in the offensive zone. Here's Taze with it. Taze to MacKinnon. MacKinnon goes for a shot. Blocked. Another shot. Saved by Carter Hart. Theodore will flip it out. Almost had another 2-on-1 opportunity there. That looked like it's offsides, but they're going to call it on. Makar gets hit there a little bit. Sent forward. Landeskog tries to get it back to the defense. Turned over. MacKinnon didn't have anyone with him at the blue line, so Vegas will have it in their own zone. Necas is definitely a ghost. Maybe that's why he did good against Minnesota, because Quinn Hughes was just watching him with all the other ghosts on the ice. I mean, Colorado's just slapping at the puck. I mean, there's no method or reason behind any of what they're doing with the puck right now. Love the Broncos. I'm a huge fan of any Colorado sports franchise. Rockies are hard to root for, but there have been some good times with them. But yes, I'm a big Broncos fan as well. I went to a couple of their games, or I went to a game last year. Since I live in Texas, I went to their game against Houston, which was mostly a disappointment until the very end. Went with some of our friends who were Texans fans, and the car ride home was not a safe place to be. Vegas sends the puck down deep, caught by Blackwood. Blackwood's going to hold on. Burns is going to give Kolesar a little bump to make sure he stays away from the goalie. Yeah, love to see Rocktober, but I don't think it's happening in the next 2 to 3 years, which we've also been saying for the last 3 years. So it's going to be more like 4 to 5. 7:03 on the clock. Let me fix that clock for y'all. Welcome to the bus. Yep. If I'm on a bus right now, I'm strapped to the front going through a blizzard. Set shot from the faceoff. Vegas was saved by Blackwood. Good play by Blackwood. Get that pad out. Barbashev along the boards and gets it around. Kulak trying to get it away from Eichel. Eichel able to get it to the point. Shot from the point. A bunch of players down. Puck is loose. Malinsky was on top of... I can't see who that is. It's... Oh, Dorofiev. Puck to the outside along the boards. Try to chip it forward, but kept in by Vegas. Barbashev pushes it to the slot. Would have probably been better if Kiviranta would have let that one through, but Vegas with a slap shot from the point is saved by Blackwood. Scoring chances, Vegas is at 4, Colorado 0. Feels about right for this game. Blackwood covering up to a Giants game and about lost my voice. Yeah, there you go. Face-off in the defensive zone. Here's Brock Nelson with it. He loses the face-off. One-timer from outside the circle. Avs are able to get it after Blackwood makes the save. Necas skates across the blue line. Along the boards, gets it to the outside. Manson not in position, so the puck will come out. Just out of position is everybody, and that's what it feels like. Breakaway opportunity for the Avs. Brock Nelson can't get it past the goalie. Oh my gosh. That's the second breakaway that he's had in 2 games, and he just shoots it right into the glove of Carter Hart. Oh, Brock Nelson, Brock Nelson, Brock Nelson. It is really hard to defend you, dude. I mean, he basically gave him the blocker side, and he decides to pull it glove side. Brock Nelson is going to make me say things that I can't say on the internet. 6 minutes on the clock. As with the puck. Sends it forward off the wall. Pass forward to MacKinnon. MacKinnon on the outside. He's got McNabb on his tail. Drops it to Makar. Makar on the outside. Takes a shot. Puck is in front of Hart. He able to knock it down is the Vegas defense. Taze gets it back out to Makar. Makar will chip it into the zone. Now the puck is back behind Carter Hart. Vegas will control it. Gets out to the point. Turned over. Colorado gets it. Taze with a shot. Goes off high off of Lehkonen. Makar just lost his stick, had to punch a guy. MacKinnon makes a guy fall. Good to see that he's feeling good. I don't know why MacKinnon didn't just try to pass that up ice a little bit, but I guess it works out. Landeskog trying to do something with the puck along the boards, but it comes out to Smith. Smith will turn around, take a shot, and it is saved by Blackwood. Kolesar just swung his stick at Burns right there. 5:07 on the clock. Yeah, I miss the good Rockies. Most people don't even know what that is anymore. After they gave away Arenado for cash, I knew it was awful. Maybe the Walton Penner Group can do something. Maybe the Rockies could actually go out and do something big in the market for once. But I doubt it. Well, intermission to try and offset the vibes, I will be showing off my dogs. Because my dogs are a little restless while I'm in here talking all loudly, getting excited. So I figured it'd be a good opportunity. But Avs are starting to pull it together a little bit here. It's still giving up some dangerous opportunities the other way, but I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Brock Nelson needs to learn how to pick a corner again. The other crazy thing is he was good at deflection goals as well, and he hasn't been doing that either. I mean, Nelson needs to get this curse off of him that he can't score on a goalie. He needs to figure that out sooner rather than later. Like during intermission, he needs to go make a voodoo doll and do whatever he needs to do to it to get a goal. Alrighty, puck is won by the Avs. Center on the boards. Logan O'Connor up against the wall. Chipped in by Vegas. Gloved down by Blackwood around the boards. Puck is going to go all the way around the wall for an icing, so we will do the face-off again in the Avs zone. Yeah, the Avs, it feels like the Avs went and looked at their film from the LA Kings series. We're like, let's play like the LA Kings. That's what this series feels like. Except they don't have the goaltending power that the LA Kings had that kept us in check. Vegas wins the faceoff, poked to Anderson on the outside. Colton pushes him to the wall. Puck bleeds through just a little bit, not able to keep it in. Puck comes out to Hanifin. Good stick by Waugh. Burns with it at center ice, pokes it forward. Waugh giving chase. Center on the boards, turned over. Ross Colton with it. Just kind of slides it along the ground, saved by Carter Hart. Tried to send it to Ross Colton, not able to. Burns with a big hit at center ice on Hanifin. Barbashev to collect. Backhand on net. Deflected out of the air into the breadbasket of Blackwood. That was kind of an interesting play. Just kind of a backhanded shot. And then a one-handed swipe at it from Carlson to get it on net. That was actually pretty nifty. And the announcers are going to say, wow, what a play. That was a great deflection. It's just right into the center of Blackwood. Blackwood was in a good position there. So, good save by Blackwood there. 4:17 on the clock. Puck comes out to the corner one-timer from Marner from the point. Is deflected off the stick of a Vegas player. His stick shattered. Opportunity here with an extra Vegas player. And nope, not able to take advantage of it. Vegas gets the puck back. Carlson will send it around the boards in the Avs zone. Kulak along the wall to Malinsky. Malinsky will chip it around the wall. Here's Kiviranta with it. Kiviranta has Drury and Parker Kelly. Parker Kelly gets it and pokes it into the zone. A center on the boards. Kept in by Kulak. Kulak trying to go around the boards as well. Parker Kelly comes up with it around the wall. Gets it around the boards to Malinsky. Malinsky with it. Back around the boards the other way. Drury to the top to Kulak. Not able to keep it. Poked out by Vegas. Marner has a guy in the slot. Not able to get it out. Colorado made a change. Kadri with it at center ice, skating forward into the zone. Kadri tried to get it to Necas. Necas had a guy right on him, not able to get anywhere with that. Taze to Makar. Makar looking up ice. Makar to Taze. Taze will send it in and turned over. And Vegas tries to get it up ice, and it is taken back by Makar. Makar skates backwards to Kadri. Kadri back to Makar. Now along the boards. Avs get in the zone. Kadri to the slots. Kadri, I think, tried to take a shot, but his stick was lifted, not able to get a lot of power. Makar walking the blue line, gets the outside to Necas. Necas around the boards, turns around, backhands it along the wall. Nelson outside to Taze. Taze to Makar. Makar with it. Back to Taze. Taze from the slot takes a shot off the blocker of Carter Hart and out of play. I don't know. It's hard to say with how Blackwood played this regular season to even know how he would do in this series. This is literally the only sample size we have of this. Oops, I had it at 54 minutes. That's kind of crazy. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left. Face-off in the Avs zone. MacKinnon with it. Loses the face-off. Vegas will send it around the wall. Deflected out of the zone. Chipped forward. Here's Burns with it. Burns back with Makar. Burns up the board. Landeskog tried to chip it forward. Not able to get it. Burns collects it again behind the net. Burns tried to get it to Landeskog. Shoots it right into the foot of a Vegas player. Marner in the slot. Gets knocked down. Avalanche will send it the other way. Here's MacKinnon off of Landeskog. Actually, or Lehkonen actually kept it in the zone. Lehkonen to MacKinnon. MacKinnon skates around, tries to go in front of the net. Not able to get there as Landeskog was getting hounded. Another one tried to send it to the front. Not able to get it. Send pucks to the net. That's what the Avs need to be doing, and they're doing a decent job of it right now. It's looking a lot better in the first 10 minutes of this game, but more. That's all I'm going to say for the rest of this game. Nick Waugh along the boards. Puck comes out. Another possible breakaway opportunity here. Not able to get there. Gets it to the slot. Poked a little far by Kolesar. Gets out to the corner. Two Avs players just slide over each other yet again. That's Logan O'Connor and Kulak. Kulak was skating backwards as O'Connor had fallen down. Kulak and O'Connor seem to be all right. Block in front, sent wide. Kolesar tried to pass it, and he was hooked. So the Vegas Golden Knights are going to get a power play. And, of course, it's by our resident penalty taker, Josh Manson. And it was pretty obviously a hook, so can't even complain about the refs on that one. That was just... And the fact that you're letting Keegan Kolesar be the one that makes you take a penalty, that's not good. Like, I'd understand if it was a penalty that had to do with, like, roughing or slashing or something, but taking a hooking penalty on Keegan Kolesar, a guy who is known for his physicality, not for his technique, that's kind of rough. All right, 1:04 left. Vegas on the power play. Avs got a big kill coming forward. Here's Makar with it. Makar. Avs win the faceoff. Makar sends it down the ice. Vegas will start the entry. Vegas power play operating at about a 30% rate right now. They've been on fire. Hurdle up against the wall. Chipped low. Lehkonen pinned against the wall with Eichel. Puck is deflected up and out. They might be trying to get a delay of game here, which might make this a 5-on-3. We'll see what they call. They're discussing it to see what to do here. So the officials can't use a replay here. They've got to have a definitive. Their announcers are saying it's a penalty. Puck is on its edge. It looks kind of... I can't even tell from that angle because it's not a good angle. I think it's too close to call. And it's oh, he just pinned it up against the wall and flipped out. That should not be a penalty. And Torts is going to be mad about it, as always. Yeah, too close to tell, and that's not something that can be reviewed. So, no penalty. Avs get away with one a little bit there. That might have been called either way, but I'm confident that he got it off the wall. Marner comes in for a shot. Good stick by Taze. There was a wide open guy at the doorstep there after the shot on Blackwood. That is the one thing that scares me about Blackwood is the amount of rebounds he gives up. But Eichel down low, tries to take a shot, blocked by Taze. Puck is sent on net, saved by Mackenzie Blackwood. Eight seconds on the clock. Wedgwood hugging that corner pretty good. Hurdle had a good look there. 8 seconds left in the first period. Minute left on the power play. Vegas won the faceoff. Good block by Logan O'Connor. As hold along the board, sent to the center of the ice. Cale will flip it out. That'll be the end of the period. So Colorado already in a deficit, digging themselves a hole already, but they've got an opportunity to reset in the second period. They've got to kill off this power play to start. That's intermission. Avs need to be a lot more physical out there. The passes have been pretty bad. They're only starting to get things to click a little bit when they started just sending things on net. Just send things on net. Good things can happen from that. Just nothing is going to happen if you hold on to the puck. You're just not going to get any positive result from just skating with the puck. So the Avs need to start throwing things on the net. Something may get by. You never know. You may get a deflection. We'll see. But we are on intermission. I'll be right back. Give me just a couple minutes. Thank you. Alrighty, I am back. I've got a few friends with me here. If one of you will let me pick you up instead of just biting my hand, you silly dog. Ugh. Come here. Ugh. Here is my dog Gus. He just passed puppy obedience class today, so he is a mini Australian Shepherd. He is too much energy for me to handle on my own, and he is a spaz. Isn't that right? Gus. Gus. But yeah. Ugh. Now the other dog who wants on the bed. 1 second here. Here is Olive. She's our corgi. I don't know. She's a little scared of things sometimes. She's a bit of a weenie. I'm going to put her on the bed because she just likes to be up there. They might both get up there a little bit. But, you know, maybe the dogs will help us feel better about how awful that first period was. Yeah, getting swept would be ridiculous. It's not. I don't love the goal we gave up. That's just an awful goal to give up. And of course, the guy that has been out for Vegas, who were like, oh, he's not going to make a difference. He's made a heck of a difference in the 2 games he's been in. 2 goals and an assist in the 2 games he's played in. Just wish we could get that sort of performance from our players who have came back. Cale Makar needs to also get on the score sheet because to his standards, his playoffs have been pretty bad. I know he missed the first 2 games of this series, but he has 4 goals and 1 assist. Your top defenseman having 1 assist is a problem. Love the dogs. Thank you very much. They are the corgi is 1 year old and the Australian Shepherd is 6 months. Isn't that right, buddy? So if they start getting loud, I'm gonna have to put them back in their little pen in the living room, but they'll stay with me as long as they are chill. Avs really needed to find a way to beat Hart. We haven't beat him cleanly hardly at all this series. It just feels like an impossible task. The only good news is that we've actually gotten a tally every single game, so we better get one here. We have not scored since the 13-minute mark of the last game. It's been over 60 minutes, unfortunately. 10 minutes left in intermission. If the dogs are good, if the Avs score next period, I'll keep the dogs in here for the rest of the game. The Hurricanes looked like they were in trouble, but they have been able to turn their series around. They're up 2-1. I think that's going to be a good series. It might go 6 or 7 games. Oh, really hoping this series goes 7 games, and I'm hoping it ends up in our victory. That would be great. It's only happened 4 times in history, and we would love to make it the 5th. Yeah, they would be the good luck dogs. But if they won't be quiet, they won't have the ability to, so. I'm so glad I get to commentate for y'all, because if I was sitting at home and just listening to these commentators talk trash about the Avalanche the entire game, I'd be losing it. Losing my dang mind. Why are you squeaking, dude? Sit down. Okay. Let's do our own little halftime report here. All Alrighty, here's our comparison for the game so far. So, shots on goal, Vegas 9, Colorado 8. Vegas is also dominating the faceoff circle with 56%. Penalty minutes are 2-0, as Vegas is the only one with a power play. And Vegas is winning in every category, actually. They have, other than takeaways, they also have one takeaway, but Vegas has 6 giveaways. Oh, well, actually, technically, we're winning that one because the lower score does better. But 6 giveaways to 3. Block shots are 5-3 in favor of Vegas, and hits are 11-8 in favor of Vegas. Alrighty, the dogs are being a little loud, so I'm going to have to move them out of the room. Give me a second. I will do just that, and I'll be right back. No one else wants to play that game with you, I can take a crack at it. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I mean, police dogs you would think would be on there. But let's see. I mean, I would think like a German Shepherd or something like that. Number 3? Okay, yeah. Um, like a Belgian Malinois. Border Collie. That might be a good one. Border Collie's number 1? Oh, dope. That makes sense. I would say a Golden Retriever, but I think sometimes they're just dumb. You said it right after I did. That's funny. Oh, they're number 4, really? I mean, I know some people get good ones, but most of the time when I meet them, they're dumb, lazy dogs. Bloodhounds are good dogs. What about a Labrador? Doberman number 5. Okay. My grandparents had a Doberman. It's a sweet dog. Okay, Lab is number 7. I mean, we're basically knocking out the list one by one here. What about Corgi? Is a Corgi on that list? I don't think so. They might be. They're herders. Number 11, just outside the top 10. Okay. That make me think that maybe like a healer dog will be on there. Because they're also herders. Red-nosed pit bull. Nice. Nice. Let's go. I knocked out number 10. I get my 1 point on Family Feud and call it a day. Shetland Sheepdog. Oh, cool. Bernie's Mountain Dog in there. For Avs. Go Avs, Bernie. My dream is to have a Bernese Mountain Dog. I'd love to have one of those. They're so fluffy. Rottweiler. That's what I thought about. You'd think a less my top 11 because we got Corgi in there. You'd hope Rottweiler would be a little smarter, and they're so aggressive. I mean, I know they're protectors, but I figured police dog was the right route to go for a few of those answers. Alrighty. Who's your prediction for the person to break the ice for the Avs? Oh, Poodle number 2? Oh, I didn't realize we didn't get number 2. Nice. Bear dog. Nice. Why not get a bear and just put a collar around it? All right, let's set up our scoreboard for the second period. Oh, why am I spelling out period? I never do that. Oh, someone asked me if I do live streams for the Broncos. I do not. That would be the Broncos Digest channel, and if they do live streams, I don't know if they do. I'd love to run that. I'd love to be a part of that channel, but I am currently only on Avalanche Digest. To be decided on that one, I guess. Border Collie and Labrador. Great protector, though. Yeah. I had a, well, fun fact, I have a tattoo of my German Shepherd that I used to have. She was such a good dog. She was mixed with something. I think she was mixed with Doberman, but we're not entirely sure. But she was a good dog. She didn't do too great at the end of her life. She passed away from cancer, but got a good 9 years out of her, and I got a tattoo of her on my left arm. Chocolate Lab W. Who's gonna win? Well, if it's not the Avalanche, then I'm gonna cry. Not on stream, though. I'll reserve it for my own time. Okay. My family, we had a golden retriever corgi mix, which was like a Cheeto puff with legs and like really short legs. He was very sweet. He lived forever. That dog lived to be, I don't remember if it was 16 or 18 years old. It was somewhere in that range, though. He lived for a long time. It's okay. I'll start a different live stream only for subscribers, and I'll be like, all right, crying session, let's go. Yeah, I might do the same thing later. Avs win the faceoff to start the second period. They're gonna kind of sit there, set a pass up. So 2-on-2 opportunity here. Logan O'Connor takes a shot, deflected out of play. So we'll actually get a faceoff in the Vegas zone. Able to kill some time and make a good move here. If the Avs can win the faceoff here, they could kill a lot more time as well. Love to see a faceoff win that just goes all the way down the ice to Blackwood. Vegas wins the faceoff in their own zone. They're going to reset and get ready for the remainder of the power play. Here comes Marner. Marner all the way into the zone. Push to the outside. Up against the wall with O'Connor and Taze. Stone gets to it. Puck comes out. Picked up from the point Hurdle kept it in. Avs tried to send it around the board, but Stone kept it in. Tays gets it and flips it out of the zone. Avs are able to get a change. 15 seconds left on the power play. Here's Eichel. Eichel loses it just a little bit, loses a bit of momentum. He skates in, gets it to Hurdle on the outside. Hurdle at the top of the blue line, down to Eichel. Eichel up top to Marner. Marner takes a shot, deflected by Dorofeev, goes high, up, out the wall, and out. Manson not able to get out of the box quick enough to get an opportunity there. So the penalty is killed off 1 minute into the second period. Burns behind the net. Pokes it up the wall, not able to get it out. Anderson keeps it in. Deflected into the screen. So the faceoff will come in the Avalanche zone. Alrighty. Or could be back, but if not, I wish everybody well. Go Avs. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you on the next stream if there is one. Let's hope with everything we got that we get a next stream. Alrighty. Avs win the faceoff. Here is Kulak flipping it forward. Vegas player hit the deck. I don't know what happened. I think he lost an edge. Looked like it was Carlson. Flipped in by Vegas. It's going to be an icing, so faceoff in the offensive zone for the Avs. Alrighty. Need to get one past Carter Hart to get anything going. I need to get two, actually. Here's Landeskog with the faceoff. Landeskog wins it. MacKinnon picks it up, takes a shot, goes wide. Makar picks it up along the boards, skates around the net. Stops at the circle, tries to roof it on the shoulder of Carter Hart. Almost got it there, but Hart is able to make the stop. It actually was a great opportunity there for Makar. He almost picked that corner, but Hart closed it off for him. That looked like very similar to MacKinnon's goal against Minnesota in Game 5 of the last round. Landeskog with the faceoff yet again in the offensive zone. Him against Sissons. Landeskog wins it to the point. Here's Tays with it. Tays takes a shot straight into the chest of Carter Hart. Lehkonen getting pushed around by McNabb a little bit in the slot. I would love a 6-burger. Alrighty, another face-off in the same circle. Not able to win 3 in a row is Landeskog. Chipped out is McNabb. Not able to get all the way out. Landeskog along the boards. Gets it to MacKinnon behind the net. MacKinnon tries to get it out to Landeskog. Not really able to make a move. 3 Vegas players down low. Puck is deflected. Kept in. Not quite. Tays takes a whack at it. Not able to do anything with it. Makar spins around a fella. Tays tries to get it out. It's deflected out. But Makar comes up with it. Gets it to MacKinnon. MacKinnon on the outside. To the middle to Landeskog. Landeskog shoved down. Picked up by McNabb and sent out by Smith. Makar with it in his own zone. Top line is going to get a change. Deflected in the zone. MacKinnon gives chase. Gets behind the net. Tries to deflect it into the slot. Puck was in someone's feet. Out to the corner. Here's Kadri with it up against the boards. Poked to MacKinnon. MacKinnon's been on the ice for a while. He's going to go for a change now. But kept in by the Avs yet again. Manson tried to pinch there. And sent up ice. Avs get it. Not able to get onside because it was turned over. Looks like there's a penalty coming up on Vegas here. As we're going to get their first power play opportunity of the game. Looks like it's a hooking. 17:09 on the clock. Yep, Manson was hooked there by Smith. I mean, not really a call you love to see in the playoffs, but it benefits us, so I'm not going to say squat about it. Alrighty, here's a power play opportunity. Let's see if There's an extra fire under the Avalanche here. Makar's got 3 shots on goal in this game. Well, I don't know if it's on goal. It said shots. We'll see if they've been on net or not. Here's Landeskog with the faceoff. Doesn't win it. Anderson gets it out to Hanifin. Hanifin will send it out. Not able to keep it in. Makar's got it. He's skating around Eichel. Makar will drop it to MacKinnon. MacKinnon slaps it forward to Landeskog. Gets it back across from Landeskog is MacKinnon. MacKinnon to Necas. Necas to Kadri. Kadri spinning along the boards, getting hounded by Karlsson. Tries to get it to the point, not able to get it out, but the Avs are able to control it. So Makar is at the top, finally set up. Gets it to MacKinnon. MacKinnon on the side. Down low to Necas. Out to MacKinnon. On the outside circle. Takes a shot from the corner. I think it went off the post. And it's going to come all the way out. As they're taking shots, that's what I'm liking better than them sitting there doing nothing. Here's Necas skating the puck in the zone. Tries to get it out, but he's handcuffed by Marner. Eichel was not able to get it to the guy to beat Makar. Here's Landeskog with it. Landeskog not able to keep control. It's going to be deflected to Carter Hart, and Vegas will send it all the way down the ice. Colorado tried to get it into the zone, not able to again. So Vegas is going to send it down the ice yet again. So the Avs had an opportunity to get set up, but one shot from a weird angle that went wide and out of the zone is all that's kept them from being in the zone. Second unit is starting to transition to being on the ice. Here's Burns with it to Necas. Necas along the wall. Trying to look for a pass across. Trust me, it's not going to be there with the way Vegas is playing defense. Gets it to Burns. Burns, one-timer from Nelson, not able to get it. Good look from Nelson there, actually, with the one-timer. Haven't seen him unleash one of those in a while. Sent forward to Nelson. Bounced back to Burns. Nelson is going to try and bring the puck in for the last remaining seconds of the power play. Here comes Nelson. Had a little breakaway opportunity again. Moves around a lot of defenders. Not able to get a lot of juice on that little shot onto the net. Necas is trying to get through. Puck to the center of the net, and it's saved by Carter Hart. I don't know how that didn't go in. Had Nick Waugh on the doorstep, not able to get it past Hart. Stone chasing deep. Waugh gets it forward to Taze. Taze to the blue or to the red line, sends it deep. Played back by Vegas. That's our best look so far this game. It was by the second unit of the power play. Who would have thought? Our second unit that hasn't really proven anything at all in this entire season. Here's Drury with the puck to Parker Kelly on the outside. Kelly takes a low shot on net. Looking for maybe a little deflection there. Parker Kelly gets around the boards as Marner falls down. Kulak up top. Kulak with a shot. Deflected wide off of a skate of Kiviranta around the boards. Malinsky pinches in to get it back around. Drury to the top. One-timer from the point, blocked by Dorofeev. Tried to send it out. Here comes Karlsson. Not able to get it all the way, but Marner is able to clean up the return attempt. And Malinsky behind the net. Marner's chasing him. Marner's behind him now, so the Avs have numbers going the other way. Puck is deflected into the zone. Icing was waved off. Here comes Vegas with it. On the outside, takes a shot. Saved by Blackwood. It's our first whistle in a while. 13:35 on the clock. Looks like we are going to go to a commercial break. Almost halfway through the game, still 0-1. Colorado needs to get something. And it's starting to look a little bit alive. But we don't need to be alive. We need to be thriving. Alrighty. Yeah, Brock Nelson's had 3 opportunities to score so far this game and can't get one past Carter Hart. He just can't get one in general. It wouldn't matter who's in net. It could be a 5U player and he wouldn't get in the net. That's how unlucky and how unsuccessful his shot attempts have been. I'm sick of watching his shots go straight into the center of the goalie or right into the glove. Go blocker side for once, man. And he created his own play. He skated through the entire sea of Vegas players on the power play. It was the best look that we had on the power play, and it's the best look he's had other than his 2 breakaways that he shot right into the glove. And that's exactly what the ESPN analysts are talking about is Brock Nelson. He almost just went coast to coast. That would have been nasty. Got all the way around Theodore, and just Carter Hart was able to play the forehand on it. Would have liked to see him go backhand roof on that. That would have been kind of nasty. Hart's playing on rookie difficulty for sure. Shot from the slot from kind of a tip shot from Carlson was saved by Blackwood. Puck is sent up the ice. Carlson to collect it. Vegas in the Av zone right now. Puck around the boards, stopped by Makar. Makar chips it forward, off the official, kept in. Gotta love when the officials get in the way. MacKinnon will get it around to Makar, and Makar will get it up and out of the zone. Stretch pass to Lehkonen, finds him. Tries to get a drop pass off to another player, not able to get there because it was poked away from him. Tays to collect. Tays with it back at his own zone. Turns back. Drops it to MacKinnon. MacKinnon forward to, that's Ross Colton. Or no, Logan O'Connor. Logan O'Connor with it along the boards. Has Ross Colton and MacKinnon on the ice with him. Shot was blocked. Logan O'Connor tries to get it to MacKinnon, not able to get there. Puck is sent up the ice, and it's going to go all the way down. No icing called. They waved it off. I don't know what for. Manson almost lost an edge again on his own. Puck along the wall. Nick Watt will get it out. Sends it to Burns. Here's Logan O'Connor around the boards. Shots are 14-11 in favor of the Avalanche. And puck is going to scream all the way out of the Avalanche zone. Avs are going to play catch with it in their own zone. And reset. Burns with it. Backhands up the board. Not able to get there. Eichel with it. Gave it to Hurdle. Eichel along the boards now. Tries to drop it back to Hurdle, but Burns playing good defense there. And a turnover at the top of the zone. Gets Stone. Hurdle down low. Went for another backhand, which was nasty and absolutely finished us in the last game. Not able to get it past Blackwood that time. Here is Kadri with it. Cycling back in the zone. There's a broken stick in the corner by the net. Kulak with it. Stretch pass forward, deflected off of Burns, not Burns, Nelson. We're aiming for Hart's heart. Yeah, exactly. Breakaway for Sissons, goes to the backhand, wasn't able to control it. Good save by Blackwood. Backhanded along the outside. Avs were screaming in the Vegas zone, and now they can't even get it across the center ice. Now another breakaway. Shot from Dowd goes wide. That's 2 breakaways in within 20 seconds of each other. That's ridiculous. Keep your eyes on your guy. Oh my gosh. Vegas's players are getting vertical while Colorado's trying to be horizontal. Every pass that Colorado seems to be making seems to be side to side and going nowhere. Puck goes outside, crosses the blue line in the Av zone. Dowd gives chase, and Malinsky's going to collect. He's getting pinched behind the boards. It tips it forward to Kiviranta, not able to keep it. And Vegas will get it going the other way. Dowd pinched up against the boards, gets knocked up a little bit against the wall. Stretch pass at the blue line. Avs are offsides. Great play, great play, great play, great play. Avs are finally able to get it in the Vegas zone after like 3.5 minutes of not being able to get there. Blackwood is doing a pretty good job. I mean, other than the breakaway that literally started the game, he's been solid. He is the bigger frame. Oh, and the save from the backhand on Hurdle was off the edge of the stick, but Vegas had way too many chances for my liking. 10-14 on the clock. Ugh. Face off just outside the offensive zone for Colorado. Scoring chances are 12-4 in favor of Vegas. 12 scoring chances on 14 shots means that almost every shot you've had has been a scoring chance, which is ridiculous. It's just going to be a neutral zone game. That's exactly what this whole series has been the fight for the neutral zone, and the Avs have been losing it every time. Makar passes it to Tays. Tays up to Drury. Drury will flip it forward, trying to get Parker Kelly. Puck is sent around the boards. Kept in by Tays. Tays had Kiviranta, but the puck just goes too far to the corner. Here's Kelly with it down low. Kiviranta along the boards. Tries to chip it back. No one there. Flipped out of the zone and all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing. .937 on the clock. Just too many errant mistakes. It's just been poor hockey. And I know some of that is a testament to how well Vegas plays defense. I'm not saying that they should be making every pass, but it just feels like there's a disconnect on the level of play that we've been playing for the last 3 games. 3.5 now. As we are past the halfway point. 1-0 still for Vegas. Puck is played out by Blackwood. Blackwood gets it to Landeskog. Landeskog along the boards turns it over. Puck squirts out. Almost had an opportunity for Vegas in front of the net. Landeskog tripped up there. Marner almost came off the ice there, but decided to play the puck. Now he's going to come off. So Colorado was up in shots 14-10. Now it's 15-14 in favor of Vegas. Puck is sent forward, turned over at the blue line. Here comes MacKinnon with it. Chips it deep. Landeskog and Lehkonen will give chase. McNabb sends it around the boards. Tried to go between the legs. Not able to get it there. Makar slaps it from the red line. And Vegas is able to poke it into the zone. Manson trying to get the puck out of the zone, and he just fans on it and turns it over right in front of the net yet again. There's been way too many opportunities in front of the net. I don't understand how Blackwood has been comfortable in that net. Been some really bad defensive looks in our own zone. Defense in our own zone has been awful. I'm sick and tired of watching the turnovers. I'm sure everybody else is too. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir, but oh, goodness me. Let's see, we got 8:36 on the clock. Alrighty. Avs need to kick it into gear here. We got half the game left. I need to get something going. Can't let Carter Hart control this entire series by himself. Yeah, I mean, Vegas just hasn't faced any adversity in the entire career of their team. They've been in the league, 9 or 10 years or something like that, and they've been to the Western Conference Finals 3 times, the Stanley Cup twice, and they won it once. They've been to the playoffs every year but one. I'm not going to comment on that one. We're just going to leave it at that. I mean, the Avs have been controlling the first 5 minutes of the period, and the last 7 have gone to Vegas. Blackwood's looked pretty solid in net so far. Avs need to back it up with some goal support. It can't just be a 1-0 game. I won't believe that it, with an offensive team that we've had, that we are letting it be like this. Shot from the point comes down. I don't know who that went off of. It looks like it went off a body. Icing looks like it's going to be waved off, and it is. Colton giving chase on Anderson. Puck is backhanded up the boards. Sissons gets it into the middle to Stone. Stone skating with it, drops it, not able to get it deflected out. Malinsky pushes it forward. Comes across, tries to get Necas. Necas gets tripped up there by Hurdle. Necas is hurt. That looks like it was knee to knee. Necas is down. Turn it one. So that not only is MacKinnon having knee issues, but we also have Necas having knee issues. Officials are talking now about what to do. They're checking to see if that was an intentional knee on knee from Hurdle. Oh, he backs up into his knee. That is a straight bare butt to knee.
They'll discuss it and they'll try to decide whether this is a penalty at all.
They might not call this a penalty. I mean, it's a very clean check, but it's also a little bit away from the puck.
Sean, the referees are talking. I think it's a miss, too bad a minor for interference. The referees are talking. The only way we can get a penalty is if the linesmen decide they think it's a major penalty, in which case that would start the mechanism. They would review it and rescind it to a minor penalty. But then again, you don't want to call major penalties just a default. So you can go.
It looks like they're probably not going to call anything here. I mean, it's not really... I mean, it's borderline interference. It's just the collision point is the issue. Landeskog talking crap to the official. So, I didn't see where if he did, but I'm guessing Necas just went to the locker room. Although he hasn't been a huge factor in this series, and he hasn't been doing too well, yeah, it is still a big deal losing one of our best skaters. Face off one by the Avs. Kiviranta tried to get it, but handcuffed. Manson gets it around the boards. Stopped by Carter Hart. Sent out. Deflected by Kiviranta. Carlson's going to come out. Good reverse hit by Burns. Burns knocks a guy down. Turned over in the slot. Here's Marner with it. Tries to get it out up top. Karzak sends it low. Law flips it off the glass and out. Kept in by Kiviranta as the pass from Vegas was kept in along the boards. Karzak is pinned with Waugh. Comes out to Marner. And Marner gets it up the boards, which will be picked up by Makar. Makar's skating with it, coming across the blue line, trying to fan through all the traffic. Able to get in the zone, not able to control it, though. Up against the wall is Nick Waugh with Barbashev and Lehkonen. Puck squirts out just a little bit. MacKinnon trying to get there, not able to. Karzak plays it well. MacKinnon with a good stick to deflect it in front of Marner, but not able to keep it in the zone. Looks like it's onside right now, but the puck comes out, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, Taze with the puck. Sends it forward off of MacKinnon, so no icing. Do I think Vegas is overrated? No, I think Vegas is very accurately rated. I think they... Do I think they should be a Stanley Cup team? No. Should the Avs have done better? Yes. But MacKinnon gets tripped up, no call. But yet again, the Avs have no shots over a pretty decent period of time. I think Vegas... Penalty called. Landeskog going to the box. I don't know what for. Two minutes for cross-checking there. Right after there should have been a call on Vegas for tripping MacKinnon, and Landeskog gets called for a cross-check. I think Vegas is like a top 10 team in the league. And I mean, they're very I think defensively, they're number 1 or number 2. They're one of the best defensive teams in the entire league. I think they're 1 or 2, and it's a conversation between them and Carolina. And the difference between regular season and playoffs have been 2 very different things. It is Kelly Sutherland. We've got to calm down a little bit. We know he's going to make a bad call. Avs got a big penalty kill here. Puck is sent around the boards. Logan O'Connor giving chase. It's him and Marner in the corner. Logan O'Connor gets it to squeak out, but Vegas is going to recover and start their breakout into the zone. Puck is turned over. Tried to get it out to Logan O'Connor. Not able to keep it there. Puck entered the zone. Makar gets it to Taze. Taze will send it up the boards and out. Marner will collect on the power play. Minute 25 left on the power play. Sent forward Hurdle down the side with Burns in tow. Hurdle will get it to the slot to Marner. Marner goes across. What a save by Blackwood. Blackwood stretches all the way across the crease to make the save. Another shot is deflected wide. It feels like everything Marner is touching is turning to gold. A gold opportunity for Vegas. He throws a puck in a random direction and it somehow ends up on net from a deflection. Marner backhands it to Eichel. Eichel above the left circle. Stone down low. He's pushing forward. Tried to get it across to Hurdle. I think it was deflected by the stick of Blackwood. Deflected in the air. Pushed to the top. Marner up top. Squeaks out between Stone. Kiviranta giving chase. Eichel moving forward into the slot. Takes a shot off of Blackwood. It's on the ice. Out to Marner. Marner stops. Freezes. Goes for a backhand. Avs are scrambling. Marner gets it to the slot. Glove saved by Blackwood. Oh my gosh. Dorofeev with a prime scoring chance. Blackwood falling forward. Makes the glove save. That was like a minute and 15-second sequence of just prime opportunities for Vegas, and Blackwood shut the door. I mean, the crazy blocker save stretching all the way to the outside. Both of them on Dorofeev. He's got to feel sick. And what I'm going to feel sick about is if we get this kind of performance from our goalie and we do not win this dang game. Woo! What a save. 4:30 on the clock. 12 seconds on the power play. Avs are about to get some reinforcement. Kulak tries to control the puck along the boards. Barbashev gets it from him. Sends to the point. Hanifin with the shot. Deflected twice off the mask of Blackwood. Puck is coming out. Here's Logan O'Connor with it. Gets it out. Tries to get it to Landeskog. Reaches for the puck. Not able to get it. So we're going to get icing. We had an opportunity there, but the stretch pass just goes a little too far. Necas is back on the bench. That's good news. All the Vegas players on the bench had started celebrating, thinking they had the goal, but they did not quite get there. Here's Nelson with the faceoff. He loses it. Vegas has it. Hanifin gets it out to Anderson. Anderson's got room to move. Gives it back to Hanifin. Shot from the side. Deflected wide. Nelson gets it out. That's going to be icing yet again. Avs still not getting anything going. I mean, just nothing inspiring from the offense right now. I don't even know how to process the offensive effort in this game. It's been pretty abysmal. Face off in the defensive zone. Eichel versus Nelson. Eichel wins it. Outside. Vegas has the last 11 shots of the period. That's 11 straight shots for Vegas and 0 for Colorado. Gotta love that. One-timer from Theodore is blocked by Landeskog. Dorofeev gets it back to Theodore. Landeskog dives to get the puck out. Not able to quite get there. Putting an effort out there. Dorofeev to the outside. Poke check by Kulak. Cleared the zone by Kulak. Finally, Avs are able to get some players off the ice. One sad, depressing stat is Colorado has yet to score a goal in the second period of this entire series. Everything in the first or the third. Kadri down low around to MacKinnon. Misses MacKinnon's stick. Comes out to Necas. Necas to Makar. Makar could have kept that in, but played it safe and came out the zone. I don't need resets. Puck is turned over. MacKinnon gets it outside. Malinsky with a shot goes high. Out of play. Landy's putting it all out there. I need to see it from the rest of the team. Nate just being on the ice is a good sign, though. 2:41 on the clock. Oh. I mean, now the effort in this game has switched. Vegas just also had 6 guys on the ice with no call. Two straight plays with a no call. Love that. They've got money. That's the only reason they have one. Yep. I mean, it's also Kelly Sutherland. We've had such an awful time with Sutherland this entire playoffs. Oh, it definitely should be. But with how the power play has been performing, it doesn't matter, honestly. I mean, sure, the man advantage would be great for us, but it hasn't performed any results for us. Only thing it's done is given us the opportunity to kind of hold on to the puck rather than Vegas just hold it in the neutral zone. 2:41 on the clock. Oh, As really need to grab one here before this period ends. I mean, I need to get some momentum going into the locker room. MacKinnon with the face-off with Kadri and Necas on the ice with him. The Bednar blender is in full effect. MacKinnon loses the face-off. Sorry, I've got a moth in my room. Puck is sent forward off of a Vegas player. Puck comes out, not able to control it. But Vegas sends it into the zone to Makar, who will collect it. Forward to Taze, who's not able to corral it as it just goes a little wide. Blackwood will play it back to Makar. Makar to Taze, and MacKinnon tries to chip it up the boards, but Anderson keeps it in. Howden collects it along the wall. Taze now gets it. Almost turned it over right in front of Blackwood. Oh my gosh. Gets the outside to Necas. Necas moves inside, makes a move. Gets it out to MacKinnon. MacKinnon, I don't know who he was passing to. Was he trying to hit Makar on the backhand? That was crazy. Sent in to the corner behind the wall. Poke checked by Necas, but Necas actually pokes it straight to a Vegas player. Manson to collect. Second line is on the ice. Avs finally got their one shot on goal since that stretch where Vegas had the last 11. Chip forward to Nelson. Landeskog gets it to Nelson down low. Nelson below the net. Centers it. Had a guy. Lehkonen almost got it. Stick was lifted. Burns with the shot. Deflected and kicked out. Lehkonen chasing after it. Stone tries to climb over him. About a minute left in the second. Try to get a stretch pass there. Not able to get it. Vegas the other way. Slapper goes wide, but the shot afterwards deflected just a little wide. Landeskog chasing after it, not able to get it out. Kept in by Vegas. Barbashev tries to go across to Eichel, not able to get there. Puck comes out to Manson. Manson flips it up into the air to Theodore, who will catch it and send it back the other way. And Barbashev is not able to control the puck. So we've got an icing. I mean, the offensive turnovers, or the turnovers in our own zone have been absolutely awful. This whole series. I probably couldn't count on all my fingers and toes how many times we've done it. But Blackwood has been massive. Here comes the face-off. MacKinnon versus Eichel. Eichel wins it. Tried to clear it. Is Vegas kept in by Colorado. Sent out by MacKinnon, but yet again chipped out. Avs can't sustain any sort of momentum on anything. Puck sent around the cage. Here comes Taze up the ice. Gets it forward to Necas. Necas drops it to MacKinnon. MacKinnon on the outside. Tries to backhand it across. Kind of deflected wide. Another shot is blocked. Necas to MacKinnon. MacKinnon tries to go back across. Take the shot! Oh my gosh! How many side-to-side passes are you going to take until you realize it's not working? A little bit of an argument going on between Necas and I can't tell who the other guy is. Shoot the puck! I'm sick of it. It's like the plague came over the Avalanche of not being able to shoot the dang puck. MacKinnon, right above the circle there, one of the best shooters in the NHL, decides to go for a pass on the other side. Take a shot. You've got 5 seconds on the clock. It was a scramble in front of the net. You got bodies. Take a shot.
It does feel that way. I think that you could see that last power play. Vegas really, really wanted to get that one, but you're going to have to stay persistent.
Blackwood's the only thing keeping this from being like a 5-0 game.
Playoff series by Vegas. They are playing masterfully defensively in every area. They're big, they're strong, they're protected from.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this series does end. I wouldn't be surprised if Torts doesn't go for a handshake either. Just straight up and leaves. Well, that period was a period of missed calls and missed opportunity. It's driving me nuts at this point. I don't know how this game's going. Can't tell me the team can't. I mean, it's... That's funny. Couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Couldn't do what you said.
Rich, smooth, creamy Haagen-Dazs.
So, power play opportunities this playoffs. So throughout this entire playoffs, Vegas has had 46 to Colorado's 33. So Vegas had 13 more opportunities than Colorado on the power play. Do with that information what you will. I'm not trying to be misleading in any way. It's just a number. It's crazy how high. It's crazy how Minnesota has more power plays than the Avs have had, and they have been out of the series or out of the playoffs for three extra games than we have, or 4 now. I don't even know what to think at this point. Like, there hasn't been any. There's been basically no offensive chances for Colorado here. Like, they're not generating anything. Not with a man advantage, not down a man, not at even strength, nothing. I can't even fathom how much of disappointing hockey this whole playoff series has been. Alrighty, let's check out what our analysis of the game is so far. Deserved to win-o-meter looks about right. Expected goals is Vegas 2.6 to Colorado 1 flat. So that means we are literally, statistically, literally watching, figuratively, in any sort of league you want to think about, being bailed out by Mackenzie Blackwood. Mackenzie Blackwood with 1.6 saves above expected. The person with the highest amount of expected goals is Devon Taves with 0.23. Brock Nelson had 2 breakaways and a slap shot, and he's at 0.2. Just shows you just at what level Vegas's defense is playing and just minimizing every opportunity Colorado has. I mean, Vegas, their first year, Vegas's first season after coming to leave, after the expansion draft, I had never seen a team get so many middle tier players play so far above where they have, like, I think 70% of that team did their career best their inaugural year. And so every single one of those players that was on their team was like a franchise player, but they couldn't keep all of them. But they just kept giving away draft capital because they're still a young team, and they kept getting good picks, and they kept getting good players. And then there was the LTIR scandal with Mark Stone that happened the previous 2.5, 3 years, which they can't do anymore. Thankfully, the league has put an end to that. But the fact that Vegas has been able to be this good out the gates is kind of crazy. They don't get the best players, but honestly, if you think about it this way, every hockey team, I mean, how many do they pick? Do they pick one player from every team? I don't remember exactly how it works. But every hockey team has untouchables and then players that they can give up in the pool or whatever. And the Avs lost Grubauer to Seattle in their expansion draft. And we lost, was it Brendan Saad we lost to Vegas? Or did we lose somebody else? The Saad is still there, but I don't know if that was from us or if... No, because Saad went to the Blues. Let's look at what their expansion draft picks were. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. So they had 30 picks in the expansion draft. Jonathan Marchessault was the big one from the Panthers. Braden McNabb from the Kings, that was a big one. He's still there. He took Bednar from the Flyers, who did eventually come to Colorado and win a cup with us, which was nice. But Bednar is now a shell of his former self because he is now 40 years old. Let's see. David Perron, that was a big one for them too. William Karlsson from the Blue Jackets. Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Marc-Andre Fleury was the big one. Him being like in his early 30s and kind of in his goaltender prime, because goaltender prime is like late 20s to early to mid 30s. So technically, Blackwood hasn't hit his yet, so we've yet to see what his actual prime is because he's only 28 years old. Wedgwood is 36, so he's a little bit he's peeking past out of it. But Shea Theodore from Anaheim was a big one. Let's see, Riley Smith was another big one. I mean, basically what this expansion draft did is it gave Vegas like 400 different trade pieces and a bunch of, because a team, 4 straight lines and 3 pairs of defensemen of second line players is a great team. Well, the Sharks, I mean, the lottery is just the lottery. It's going to happen. There's odds and whatever. I'm not a huge fan on lottery drafts. I like the way that the NFL does it with, you know, you get the first pick if you were the worst in the league. I feel like it does a better job of balancing things out. Toronto only a year removed from being in the playoffs with a Austin Matthews level goal scorer, who knows where he's going to be after this year. We don't know if he's going to stay or not. But Toronto definitely has a good offense. Yeah, Sharks barely did miss the playoffs, but honestly, I don't hate the San Jose Sharks, so I won't mind seeing them get better. I definitely don't love them, but Colorado did the same thing in '96. I mean, it just happens. I mean, it's a lottery for a reason. It's a chance. Everyone got the pick, or Toronto had the 00 green on a roulette board, and the ball hit right on the spin. So, alrighty, there is 9.5 minutes left of intermission. I will be right back. Everybody, just keep being civil in the chat as if you can, please. And I'll see you in a couple minutes. JC, I will neither confirm nor deny that after this, regardless of the outcome, that may be my predicament. Yeah, those silly Philadelphia Flyers.
Stanley Cup final. We'll all see you there as well. This has been the Discover Second in this room. Everyone sees the dream.
Oh, jeez. 4 minutes left in intermission before we get into the third period. Yeah, that's almost every hockey game for me. We had the best points percentage, or the best points total we've had in our entire franchise history, and I was still on some random Tuesday against the San Jose Sharks. I would sweat out a 2-1 victory in overtime. Because that's just the kind of hockey fan I am. I over-obsess over every minor game, every detail. I do the same thing with baseball, and when there's 162 games, that stresses me out.
You know, coffee spikes your cortisol.
Yeah, but it's good for your liver.
Pro tip, magnetic hydration.
Standing ruins your knees.
Sleep is overrated.
Sitting is hard on your hips.
Oh, okay. How are we feeling? I'm breathing a little shallow right now. I'm trying to chill out before we get into the final period. Love to see some push from the guys, especially the bottom line guys. I haven't seen a lot of the bottom line hardly at all. Parker Kelly and Jack Drury have been kind of absent on the ice from what I can see. Let me check exactly where they have been, how much ice time they've got. Ross Colton, Jack Drury, Parker Kelly. Well, Parker Kelly actually got moved up to the third line, it looks like. But Kiwi Ranta, Drury, and Ross Colton are all under 7 minutes. Sam Malinsky is under 9 minutes. He has had the least amount of shifts as a defenseman, which, you know, honestly, with how he has played in this series, I think that's kind of deserved. He played really well against Minnesota, but it must have just been the matchup because it's been bad. The Malinsky and Kulak combination has not worked. Oh. A lot of interference calls have not been called on Vegas. Oh, fun fact, the shot that the Avs got at the end of the second period did not actually count as a shot on goal. So the Avs haven't gotten a shot on goal in 15 minutes. 15 minutes of game time, the Avs haven't gotten a shot on goal. And MacKinnon had a prime look and decided he wanted to pass it through 3 different sticks to try and get an opportunity. It's been about 15 dang minutes since our last shot on goal. That's pathetic.
Take the ice for the third period. Well, a 1-0 lead in game 4. If they win, they're on the Stanley Cup Finals. Note that really jumps out as we look at the game's recap. No shot.
Yeah, dominance for 5 minutes. It's like they can only get it in bursts. And if they're going to do it in bursts, they better do it at the beginning of this third period, so I'm not stressing being down 1-0 going into a pulling the goalie.
But at the moment, it's a terrific team defense of Vegas and great goaltending that's ruling the day. It's really been an impressive performance by Vegas. Really, through this series, tonight has been exceptional. There's just no room in the middle of the ice. And as long as Colorado seems to be content to attack up the outside, Vegas will just defend the house, and Hart will make the few saves that he has to. Colorado.
Here comes the face-off. Vegas wins the face-off. 20 minutes left into what could possibly be the end of the Avalanche season. Puck is sent around the boards. Pinned up against the wall is Landeskog. Makar plays catch. Oh, actually, he just holds on to the puck. Now he passes it up to Taze. Taze has MacKinnon with him. MacKinnon tries to get it up. And skate into the middle of 4 Vegas players. Not really ideal. Puck is deflected out of the air by Eichel. Makar to Taze. Taze around the boards. No icing because Necas got there. The official got in the way of Necas getting to the puck around the board, so it's going to come all the way out. Malinsky giving chase. Pinned up against the wall. Marner giving chase. Flips it to Colton. Colton to the middle of the ice. Gets it across the line to Lehkonen. Is Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson tries to get it from behind the net. Not able to get it. The puck comes out yet again. Avs still not able to get comfortable anywhere in any zone. Ross Colton tries to send it down, but it's sent back after the deflection from Vegas. Brock Nelson will collect. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say Brock Nelson. Lehkonen gets the puck, accidentally drops it over the blue line, and we are offsides.
So the Vegas coaching staff said their message this period: stay aggressive. They told the players, we are not sitting back. Keep pushing forward. Guys, that's part of the swagger that John Tortorella has brought to this team. He said mistakes are okay as long as...
Alrighty, face off outside of the offensive zone for the Avs. Nick Waugh does not win it. It comes back all the way to I think that's I don't know who, I don't remember how to say it. Karziak or whatever his name is. Backhand on net from the circle is saved by Blackwood. Goes around the wall. Here's Barbashev. Barbashev gets it to the point, and Coughlin goes wide. Puck is deflected off the boards and out. Manson with Burns back in the Av zone, trying to find a lead pass forward. Finds one, able to get it to a guy. Law tries to get forward. His stick is lifted and he falls down. Puck comes the other way. Here comes Smith. He's got a guy across the way. Puck is sent around the boards. 4th line on the ice for Vegas. Malinsky getting pushed by Dowd. Puck comes out. Law able to kick it out to Parker Kelly. Parker Kelly skates up the ice with it. Dumps it down along the boards. Kulak giving chase. Kulak, the defenseman, actually being on the offensive rush there. Kind of interesting. Turnover right at the blue line. Avs are able to get it back in the zone. Theodore turns around on a dime. Good hit by Malinsky to try and pinch it down deep. Logan O'Connor gets it around the boards to Kulak. Kulak will down to Logan O'Connor again. And it's stick checked away from Logan O'Connor. And the puck is deflected out of the zone. Avs still not able to get anything going. I'm sick of watching this offense. This offense has been bad. I don't understand why we were able to get 35 shots on goal in the last 3 games and still lose, and we can only have 14 in the one that we need to win. Landeskog almost had the puck, not able to get it. Logan O'Connor to Makar. Makar makes a move, tries to take a shot. Puck is deflected. Landeskog upended from behind. Makar is hurting again. He's staying on the ice, though. Tries to take a shot. Puck is deflected and poked out. I don't understand. The Vegas sticks have to be like 6 inches wide or like a foot wide because they're getting a stick on literally everything that there is. Puck is sent around the boards. Theodore along the walls. He gets elbowed or shouldered into the wall. Taze tries to clear it off of a Vegas player's stick. Good back check by Ross Colton there. Makar is still on the ice. Puck is blocked and out of play. 16-10. So that's 4 minutes. Still nothing. Shot attempts. No shot on goal. Makar was slashed on his shot, too. Hanifin got him right on the hands. No call. What are we surprised about? Absolutely nothing. Let's go. No calls. Woo! I love getting no calls. It's my favorite thing. William Karlsson with the puck sends it around the board to Howden. Howden is pinched by Manson. Manson makes a good move. He loses an edge. Manson's been skating horribly. He's just been falling down on his own. Tries to go for an earhole shot on Blackwood, not able to get it. Vegas keeps it in the zone. It's pinned up against the wall. Karlsson up top. He skates in. Goes for a shot down low. Good double save by Blackwood. Gets the save on the rebound from Karlsson. Puck is sent forward. Brock Nelson around to the side. Not able to get it there. Poked forward by Karlsson into the Avs zone. Avs are going to reset. Oh, so the Makar shot was on goal. Puck is sent in deep by Vegas. Hurdle gets around Malinsky. I don't know what kind of play he tried to make. Rebound by Mark Stone. Mark Stone goes around the way. Fischl is in the corner, getting in the way of everything as usual. Kulak trying to poke the puck away. Hannafin from the point takes a shot. Gloved, or right into the chest of Blackwood. 5 minutes in now. 15 minutes on the clock left in regulation.
Vegas is able to hem Colorado in. There's the first shot by Karlsson. And look at Blackwood. Go chase that rebound down.
Karlsson almost beat Blackwood above the pad there, but able to still get that pad up. And then a big split save by Blackwood on the rebound there. Vegas, yet again, completely controlling this game. And no pushback from the Avalanche offense whatsoever. Shots on goal are 25-15 Vegas, which is the opposite of what it's been for every other game. I don't know if this is Colorado trying to say they're switching up their play style, but I do not freaking like it. It has been absolutely awful. MacKinnon wins the faceoff in the defensive zone. The only place where the Avs can win a faceoff. Puck is deflected into the Vegas zone where they will collect it. And yet again, get it out because Colorado can't get the puck. Oh, but Vegas turns it over, actually. He tries to go around the boards to MacKinnon, and it hops over his stick because the puck decides to not stick to any of the Avs players' stick. Puck is slapped out by Vegas. Makar with it. Makar gets a stretch pass to Parker Kelly, not able to stay with it. Has Eichel on him and Theodore. Kelly looks like he stepped on the puck there, kept in by the Avs, but Burns had backed up. Burns trying to stick with the puck, not able to. Marner turns around, moves up the ice, tries to find Karlsson, not able to get there. Puck goes wide of the net. Avs trying to get it out, not able to fully. Necas fell, or it looks like Brock Nelson fell down there, but Vegas has the puck in their own zone again. A lot of precious seconds bleeding off the clock, and there's just no stop to it. Burns not able to control a bouncing puck, and Vegas ends up with it yet again. Shot on net goes off of Malinsky's dome, it looks like. Here comes Colorado. Drury trying to chip it to himself down the boards, not able to get there. Puck is sent around the boards by Kolasar. And not controlled along the wall. Malinsky on Dowd. Dowd along the boards. Malinsky able to get it out of the zone. Chip forward. Ross Colton's got one guy to beat. Stops on a dime. Tries to get it across. Passing east to west will not work against Vegas. Colorado needs to figure that out one way or another. Ross Colton went for the reverse hit on Dowd. Stretch pass to Lehkonen. Lehkonen with it around the boards. There's not going to be anybody there. Puck is sent out of the zone, out of the reach of Anderson. Dropped down by Kadri. Kadri kept it in, but kept it in straight to a Vegas player. Puck is sent along the boards. If I have to say puck is sent along the boards one more time, I'm going to give you stick. That's all they're doing, is both teams are just sending it around the walls. And around the boards again and out of the zone. Tried to find Hurdle on the outside, not able to. Puck's along the walls. Big hit by Kadri on the boards there on Hurdle. Hurdle's on top of the puck. He's covering it. Hurdle just goes for a shot at Kadri there. Let's see what's getting called here. They stopped the puck up against the wall. I don't know if it was ice or what's going on. Doesn't look like anything's getting called, actually. 12:18 left on the clock. Just time is fleeting. And of course, ESPN loving Vegas winning, so they decided to show the picture of Vegas winning the cup. And it's just, I don't even know right now. Ugh. And the Rockies are losing 8-1 to the Dodgers. What else is new? There's no penalty called on that play, so we're just going to play even hockey. They just called an ice puck for it being pinned against the wall. And even if this series doesn't end up the way we want it to, I know everyone wants to make drastic changes. But here's the thing. We've still got a pretty solid core together. We've still got some great players. Almost like 90% of this roster is staying put. I know we got some magnificent play out of Parker Kelly that we probably won't get 20 goals next season. We'll probably get something more like 10. But a lot of this team is sticking together. Don't know where Brent Burns is going to go. I think Jack Drury's also a free agent after this year. But that's about it. We extended Malinsky. Malinsky's still a younger guy that we're trying to build up into being a veteran defenseman. We'll see how that goes. But we've got MacKinnon, we've got Landeskog, we've got Makar for one more year before we have to discuss contract opportunities with him. But they're going to start doing that in the offseason anyways to try and get a contract discussion out of him and possibly an extension. Avs have one shot on goal in the last 22 minutes of game time. Love that. Every move we've made since we won the cup just feels like a lateral move. Landeskog for Necas felt like we traded goals for assists, and all that really did is bolster MacKinnon's goal scoring and a couple of the other players on the team. Because Necas, like, he had 38 goals this year, but this playoffs, it's just been, he's just been passing it, not shooting it. That's what it feels like. MacKinnon sends the puck up the ice, deflected off the wall by Taze, and the Avs are going to go for a change yet again. McNabb with it in the Vegas zone, tries to pass it to Eichel. Deflected off an Avs player to center ice. Kadri will collect it. Here's Burns back in his own zone to Kadri. Going forward, Kadri gets pitchforked and loses the puck. Puck is sent all the way down. And an icing is called. So we will. The Avs had the puck in the Vegas zone. It's a miracle. But it's just a face-off. And there's a pretty solid chance that they lose it because we can't fit an offensive face-off. Not holding. Oh, well, if you're talking about a call that should have been made in favor of the Avalanche, I don't know what you're expecting. Win shot from Burns. Blocked again. Another shot that's blocked. Because the Avs can't beat a screen whatsoever. Can't get a shot on net. Another face-off in the Vegas zone. Vegas hasn't even been blocking that many shots. The Avs have been missing, and the Avs haven't even been taking shots. Brock Nelson about to take the face-off against Sissons. Well, I'm sure they have their salaries. Puck is deflected down out of the air by Burns. Eichel trying to give chase to the puck. Eichel's holding on to Nelson's stick right there. Avs got to play some mean physical hockey. Like, hit a guy hard. Puck is sent wide of the net by Vegas. Dorofeev tries to collect along the boards, but Anderson gets it up at the top of the zone. Nelson's going to get it behind Blackwood by the net. I mean, here is just how Vegas is winning. Colorado's very much an offensive first team when you look at things straight up and down. And Colorado's defensemen are also offensive-minded defensemen for the most part. Vegas, all of their defensemen are pretty much defensive-minded defensemen. So here's the deal. When the Avs have the puck on a rush for Vegas, or when Vegas has the puck in the Avs offensive zone, as soon as they turn the puck over, they've got 3 guys back already. Every single player is already back. The Avs, the defenseman will pinch, so we'll have like 1 or 2 guys. Waugh tripped up on himself. Manson trying to collect behind the zone. Gets a little lazy with it. Mark Stone gets it up top. Shot from Coughlin is off the blocker and out. Saved by Blackwood. Sent across to Kulak, not able to. Avs need to go for a change like now. Whatever line that was just on the ice, never do that again. That was awful. Marner trying to give chase. Landeskog chips it forward. Necas gets it forward to Manson. Manson just whiffs on it. Just like he's whiffed on everything this series. He's fallen over nothing. He's whiffing on everything. He's getting bumped off of his skates so easily. Makar chips it up the ice. Here's Necas with it. Necas has Landeskog behind it. Drops it to Landeskog. Landeskog poke checked because every poke check opportunity ends in success for Vegas. Colorado, you got to do something. Someone pull up the... What is it from? Is it from SpongeBob that poking it with the stick and he said, "Come on, do something"? Do something, Colorado. 1 shot on goal since the beginning of the second period. Vegas flips the puck in deep. Puck is kept and taken out. Parker Kelly with it. Finds a trailer and Devon Tays. Tays with it on the outside. Takes a shot. Saved by Carter Hart. Finally a shot. It took 12 minutes into the third period to get our second shot on goal. That's crazy. Tays with the puck. Back around to Parker Kelly. And puck is still along the wall. Crash between Drury and a couple Vegas players. The puck is sent out of play over the benches by Kolasar. So that face-off should stay in the offensive zone for the Avs. Oh, 7:59 on the clock. There's like no energy. The Avs have no positive emotions on that bench. No sort of motivation keeping them into this game. They may talk about how they all have motivations in the locker room after the game's over and in between games. Like, oh yeah, we're going to go in, we're going to win this game because we've got that drive, we've got that power, we've got that feeling that we're going to win and we're going to do good and we're going to have all the strength in the world. No, you don't. Don't lie to me. Don't sit there and fake it. Because this performance so far, that's... Jeez. We look like the Chicago Blackhawks, not the Colorado Avalanche. We look like we look like the Vancouver Canucks. We look like the dead last team in the league right now. Shots on goal this period are 5-2 in favor of Vegas. The Avs had 8 shots on goal in the first period. They have had 8 since, and it has been 32 minutes. Do I think the coach will be fired? Jared Bednar, tough to say. 50-50, honestly. It like, you could just toss that one up. Hackstall's gone. There's no way the power play coach stays after what transpired this entire season. I mean, Vegas just leaked exactly the game plan to stop the Avalanche. And if we don't think that every team is going to try and do this exact same thing next year, we've got a different thing coming. Puck is sent up ice. Colorado giving chase. Kadri trying to get into the zone. Anderson fighting him for it. Puck along the walls. And everyone skates. Kadri gets it out to the point. Here's Burns with it. To Makar. Makar from the outside takes a shot. Kind of squeaked through. Kadri ran over Carter Hart right there. Puck comes out. Vegas trying to give chase. Barbashev trips over himself. Kadri with it. Burns is going to stop the blue line. Kadri trying to get it across the ice because what a surprise, it's deflected out of the air again. Here's Blackwood. Blackwood with the turnover. Goes off of Landeskog's skate and comes out of the zone. MacKinnon trying to chase for it, not able to get there. Puck is sent up to Marner. Marner across the way to the far corner. Tays will grab it. Poke it up the boards. Necas with it, skating up ice, pokes it forward. Tries to get it to Landeskog. Just too many floaters out there. Well, if we had someone that could score goals in the 2 games he's been in the series, I'd let someone sit the entire playoffs if they come back and score for us. No one on the Avs is hungry. No one wants it. No one wants a goal. No one's literally foaming at the mouth to get a puck in the net right now. Here's Hurdle with it. Manson staying back. Hurdle trying to make the same move he did in the last game for the 4th goal. Puck is under the skates of the official. Poked out by Blackwood. Pinned against the boards. Shot from the blue line was deflected in by Smith. That is going to be 2-0 for Vegas. I mean, can you give a guy some help? Blackwood's doing his absolute best out there. I really do believe it. And he has been busting his butt this whole game. And with 5:45 to go, your season on the line, you let Vegas score again. You let them cycle on you and score. Make it a 2-goal game. 2 goals, 2-goal lead with 5.5 minutes left in your entire season. Ridiculous. We have a moment of silence. Thank you. For what was a great regular season. If the Avs don't put on some sort of miraculous push right now, we don't make some sort of miraculous push in the last 5 minutes and 45 seconds. That's it right here. That's everything this whole season has come to. Trying to make passes, getting in between. Yeah, the Knights were too much. And the thing that's embarrassing about that is they really shouldn't have been. And that's the exact thing Colorado does to teams. It's just how we win, is we get too much for teams, and we force them to let goals in. Here's Necas on the outside. Takes a shot, blocked. Tays on the outside. Landeskog on the ground. Tays takes a stop, gets it to Necas behind the net. Trying to drop it for someone. When you got 3 guys behind the net, you're not going to get the puck anywhere. Puck is deflected out of the air. Here's Carlson to the red line. Poked free. Avs shoot the puck into the Vegas zone. Here's MacKinnon. Slaps it to center ice. Kadri to the outside. One-timer shot. Saved by Carter Hart. Malinsky. The outside. Come on, Avs. Show me something. Prove me wrong. Disprove my anger. Puck comes out right in front of Blackwood. Deflected out by Nelson. Puck is to the outside. Malinsky takes a shot. It wasn't cleanly saved by Hart right there. Puck is sent forward yet again. Up against the walls. Just kind of killing time here. Don't act so in a hurry, Colorado. That's fine. You're in no rush. Oh, 3.5 minutes left in what could be the rest of our season. As send the puck around the boards, played down by Carter Hart. Blackwood. Sent to the center, deflected wide. Here is, as they're able to poke the puck and get it out the zone. Here's Landeskog. Kulak just got his arm pulled right there. Nothing called. Surprised. Nope. Not surprised. Nothing about this. Nothing about what happened today has really surprised me in the least. I'm personally not on the Fire Bednar train. I'm on the Fire Hackstall train. That's what I'm on. 2:30 left. Goalie still can't be pulled because the Avs can't control the puck. We couldn't have pulled the goalie if it was the end of the third period 25 minutes ago. Within the last 25 minutes, we wouldn't have been able to do it. Goalie's been pulled. Avs have the puck in the Vegas zone now. We've got 6 skaters on the ice. Here's Necas up top. Takes a shot. Finally! Oh my gosh! Deflected off of Landeskog and in. Or is that Brock Nelson? Did Brock Nelson finally get a goal? Finally! Oh my gosh! Oh! I'm gonna lose my mind! That's Landeskog's goal, deflected off of him. Makar was on the ground right there, too. And Necas, when you shoot the puck, good things happen. Necas, shoot the puck! Do it again! Oh my gosh! And guess what? If we didn't give up that offensive chance there, we'd be 1-1 right now. But guess what? The Avs decide to said, your shovel may be broken. Let's dig the hole just a little bit deeper. I'll give you mine. Here's Necas with the puck. Chips it forward. Avs get it around into the Vegas zone. Sent around the boards. MacKinnon off of MacKinnon. Puck is behind the Vegas net and sent out of the zone. Makar is going to collect it. Minute 40. MacKinnon tries to send it in. It's off a guy. Shot from the slot. Oh my god, that was a prime opportunity there. Puck was bouncing in front of Hart. Hart wasn't entirely set. There was an opportunity there, but the puck goes wide. Here's Makar with Necas. Necas to MacKinnon with the one-timer. Shot is saved. Kept in by the Avs. Necas not able to keep it in. Vegas with the backhand. Goes wide of the net. That's going to be icing. Minute 7 on the clock. I mean, that could have been it right there, but see, it is just like the Avs to give me hope at the last minute. This is so mean of them. If they don't get this right here, I'm not gonna watch hockey until next season. It's an empty threat, I know. I cover the Avalanche. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh. It took 58 minutes of no effort to finally come up with 2 minutes of some sort of push. Alrighty. As timeout is over, there's a 67 seconds on the clock. 67 seconds on the clock. Okay, it's not called hope, it's called desperation. Chris, it's not hope, Chris. I promise you it's not hope. Nelson with the faceoff against Eichel. Eichel has only lost 4 faceoffs all game. Nelson needs this one. He does not get it. As keep the puck, well, tried to keep the puck in. It's sent all the way around the board, so we're going to have icing again. Exactly a minute on the clock. We're just going to go ahead and set the timer at exactly 60 seconds. Oh, 59.9. Faceoff is on the better side now. MacKinnon with the faceoff against Eichel. MacKinnon kind of won it. Yeah, the Avs end up with it. Here's Makar. Makar along the boards. Nelson down low to MacKinnon. MacKinnon up against the walls. Not able to keep it. Or Avs able to keep it in. Makar up top. Down to Kadri. Kadri goes across. Here's Necas to MacKinnon. Too many passes. Shoot the puck. 40 seconds left. MacKinnon along the wall. He's getting hounded. Tries to go across. Not able to get it there. Puck is just flipped out. Vegas is just going to kill time and get a change. 25 seconds left on the clock. Here's Necas. Necas gets poked by Mark Stone. Here's Makar. 20 seconds left. Avs have the puck in their own zone yet again. Not able to get an entry going. 10 seconds left. Get it out! Avs are not going to do it. That's going to be it, guys. What a pathetic performance. That was awful. Sorry to anyone whose ears I just absolutely burst. This was... oh my gosh. That was probably the worst playoff series I've ever seen in Avs history. Like, you can get swept. Sure. If you've been absolutely dominated on both sides of the ice, you can get swept. Fine. But when you make this many mistakes, this many fixable mistakes... that's pathetic. Absolutely awful. Tortorella will shake Bednar's hands. So he'll actually do the shake line this time. What a surprise. That's going to do it. The Vegas Golden Knights are going to the Stanley Cup playoffs for the 3rd times. Now all the Vegas fans are going to flood in. You're more than welcome to. I know. Y'all earned it, honestly. I'll sit here and I'll accept it. I mean, y'all earned it. Y'all kicked our butts this series. Y'all capitalized on every mistake. Y'all deflected every pass, blocked every shot, and Carter Hart stood on his head. There is nothing I'd like more than to just restart this round. Did the Avs play well enough to beat Vegas? Absolutely not. Did the Avs play well enough to beat any team? Absolutely not. That was absolutely awful hockey by Colorado there. This whole series. The only good thing that came out of this series was period 1 of game 3. Thank you for telling me the commentary was great. Avs fan at heart, I'm trying my best to when I can be biased, I'm going to be biased. I'd love to work for a major network someday in commentary, but if I'm working for the Colorado Avalanche channel, I'm gonna be rooting for Colorado. But you know, this series, I think it broke me mentally. Vegas does advance. Good. Hey, Vegas, if you play exactly like you did in this series, you've got it. You've got it. Montreal's not going to be able to do anything. Thank you so much for the chat donation. That is absolutely awesome. You're the very first person to give that. Thank you very much. You're the first person to donate. I really appreciate that. We're trying to make a name for ourselves here at Avalanche Digest. And, you know, even though the playoffs are done, we've got a big off season ahead of us. Off season's going to come. We're going to see how Carter Hart shaking all the officials' hands. What a surprise. We'll see if Vegas goes and touches the cup. We'll see it. They didn't. The year that they won it, they didn't. When they won the West. The year that they lost the Stanley Cup is they did touch it. So I'd imagine they don't touch it here. We'll see what they do here. Vegas winning everything yet again. It's crazy. I would love Vegas Habs, but I hope you know if Carolina, like Carolina is our brother, our natural disaster brothers. If Carolina makes it into the Stanley Cup final, I'm rooting for Carolina the whole way. Carolina or Montreal. I'm never going to root for another West team. The only West teams I would ever root for is the Seattle Kraken and the San Jose Sharks. Any team other than the Avalanche, those are the only two teams I would ever root for. I would never root for anybody from my own division. Everyone from my own division can lose everything. I don't care. It just feels like every time the Avs are facing any sort of adversity in any sort of playoff scenario, it just doesn't go our way. We have yet to, in any series, since we've had Jared Bednar, which is the one thing that I would say could get him the can for coaching. The one thing with Jared Bednar is we have yet to win a single series when we have been in a deficit. And that's gut-wrenching. Can't come back. For a team that does so many comebacks during the year, it's absolutely ridiculous the fact that they can't do it in the playoffs. And that's why we won the cup. We never faced elimination. We never faced any adversity the year we won the cup. And now that we do, I never personally said Avs in 4. I'll say. I never personally said it. The only time I ever mentioned anything like that is I said, those of you that said Avs in 4 would have to be correct from here on out. Who's the coach? I think it's the Denver University coach. I said Avs in 6, though I didn't anticipate them dropping both home games to start the series. After I saw that, I was like, oof, this is going to be hard. And getting swept in the third round, that's gotta hurt. This, honestly, I those of you that are Oilers fans, like I don't like the Oilers whatsoever, but this is probably how they felt after we swept them in 2022. Yeah, no, I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. They're presenting the trophy now. We'll see what they do. But just because playoff commentary is no longer going to be going on does not mean that we're not going to start pushing stuff off. Hey, you never know. I may do some stuff for the Stanley Cup final. That is yet to be decided. I will talk with my bosses about that. We might set something up. Maybe some neutral commentary for the Stanley Cup final, whoever that is. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. But we'll see exactly how everything goes. I would love to do a watch-along party with y'all between whoever's in the Stanley Cup. We might get some of that going. But yeah, check out for end of the season video, just kind of a review of how the year had gone. And thank you guys very much for watching. Let's see. It doesn't look like anyone's touching the cup. Yep, they're not touching it. They're staying away from it. Yeah, Mark Stone is making sure no one touches that thing. Yep, Avalanche are out. And guess what? We've got a whole offseason of stuff to prepare for. The good news is hockey and basketball or hockey and basketball. I mean, I don't like basketball personally, but forget I talked about that. But hockey has the shortest turnaround. It is the longest regular season and playoffs, and then the shortest off season. We're gonna find out who's exactly injured. I never knew what happened with the Chushkin. MacKinnon and Necas are probably hurt. Landeskog's probably gonna tweak some stuff because he's old. Brent Burns is probably hurt. Kulak is probably hurt. Taze is probably mentally hurt. He's got the yips. Wedgwood might have even been hurt. Who knows? Well, the list of injuries is just going to come out, and we'll see what it is. So no one touched the trophy. President's Trophy curse. It's real. I'm a believer now. We've won that thing twice. We have lost both times. Oh, since I've been watching at least. But yeah. Mark, honestly, yeah, go Habs. Habs or Carolina, I honestly don't care who comes out of that series. I just hope it's a good one. Dobish could be the goalie that really shuts down Vegas if the Canadians make it to the championship. I think we have a bunch of guys under contract. Avs might make a trade, sure, but yeah, MacKinnon choked the whole series. He didn't get a goal. It was pathetic considering he had like 10 points in the Minnesota series. Habs versus Knights, good versus evil. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Tortorella's getting interviewed. Actually talking to the media. What a surprise. Hey, good night, Chris. Have a good night. It was a rough stream, but we'll see you next time. Next time I do something, I may stream for off season. I may stream for the Stanley Cup. It's yet to be decided. We'll let y'all know on the channel. Those of you that are Vegas fans, if you still want to hear a commentary in the future, you're more than welcome to. I dislike Vegas, but I'm never going to deter anyone who's a fan of them. You're more than welcome to like the teams that you like. It's your life. Do what you want. Only not welcome if you're a Dallas Stars fan. Dallas Stars are the only team that I absolutely have a pure hatred against 100%. Vegas, I mean, it's Sin City. A lot of people love Sin City. I mean, I would love Vegas too if they went to the Stanley Cup all the time and there was a Caesar's Palace next door with a casino and all those betting places. I'd go to the casino, drop $150 or $500 on Vegas to win the Stanley Cup. Don't like the Red Wings? You and me both. The Red Wings suck. Love the old rivalry. Just too bad we're not in the same conference anymore. Alrighty. They're wrapping up. They're heading to Sports Center now. I don't care about Sports Center already. Thank you guys so much for this whole playoffs. This playoffs has been a lot of fun. I wish I could have gotten started in the first round. I only had just started with the Avalanche crew, but the Leaf? Not in my opinion. Don't love the Leaf. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciated y'all joining me. It's been a lot of fun, and this is my passion. Hopefully my plan for the future is to get into commentating like this. So thank you very much. And Avs in 9. No, I'm kidding. We'll see what changes. We'll keep all updates and everything on the channel, and hopefully I'll stream free agency frenzies or whatever, and trades and coach hirings and firings, whatever happens, because someone's going to get fired and someone's going to get hired. We know that's going to happen down the stretch. We just don't know what position and where. I'm really proud of how our team performed all the way up into the last 4 games, but other than that, this was a really good season. Franchise best regular seasons, franchise best totals, or franchise best, or not franchise best, personal best goals for MacKinnon, personal best points for Necas. Brock Nelson looked like a superstar through the first 50 games of the year, and then he kind of went ghost. Logan O'Connor being out for the entire regular season and coming in the playoffs and playing like an absolute dog. Find a way to cope with this. Yeah, exactly. But Logan O'Connor played like a dog. Parker Kelly had a dog of a regular season. Didn't have a great postseason, but he's a fourth line guy. He's mostly there for the fight, not for the goals. Love to see it. Jack Drury had a fantastic playoffs. I wonder if they'll sign him back just because of how he played. Yeah. Well, they won the Gavin McKenna sweepstakes, so maybe they'll be a little bit better depending on how well he translates to the NHL. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We're going to sign off with that. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you in the off season and then next season.